Hey, this is Dave coming at you from Southeast Michigan. Well, we finally finished the rough plumbing, so here we are. We got the master bathroom all tied in. Just a 3-inch, you've got a shower here, 2-inch. And then you see we came out and we have it figured out. We just have the P-trap sitting up there on the ledge there. And then this will isolate the system from the water test. So take that cap off after the water test, and then the P-trap. The P-trap's even already glued, and that will just double glue like right in there perfectly. This here, we haven't figured out exactly where the shower's gonna go yet, because I think we're gonna get a pre-made pan. If it was a pan that we were just gonna do ourselves with the liner, we would have just already shoved it up there, but we haven't really decided what we're gonna do yet with that. So that's good enough for the rough. The inspector, I believe they just see the P-trap towards the fixture as part of the fixture, so they don't test that until afterwards. But anyways, this is how it goes. We started from this point, knowing that we kind of needed that slope there because that needed to get close to that in order to catch that vent. And then this right here ended up just being kind of a redundant vent because I thought that the tub was going to drain on this side, but we still just tied it in because it was already there. Come around here. We got it actually inside the wall. We did kind of a cool cut with the jigsaws in there to get that in the wood perfectly. Put the clean out below it. That way, once it drops down through here, you got a clean out that hits straight through. And it's very important that we put the clean out there because, let me finish right here though. And then this is the toilet. This is the two vanities that dropped in. Right here is one on the right side. Here's the left vanity here. It wasn't the easiest getting in there with the HVAC stuff in there, but we got it. And then we just have the toilet vent there, toilet, and then we just extended a long piece just to grab another strap here because the last strap we could have was right there. So we just extended that out, put the P-trap. We went ahead and sealed all the P-trap, the clean out. We just sealed all the clean outs with pipe dope and everything's wrenched in and ready to go. So this is all sealed off. And then we actually ended up getting it between the walls. There's actually like 3.5 inches, or actually more than that because there's a half-inch gap after the pipe is in there, so probably 4 inches. We had to chisel a little bit of the concrete here to get this through here. And this is all just done with banding strap here, 1/4 inch per foot. Then we came through here, and if anyone's watched the previous videos, they probably were kind of interested to see how this was all gonna go in. There's that 90 from the last video. And we just had to figure out where the slope of this one was, and then once we figured that out, we could measure this little short pipe there, glued this in. We kind of had to make sure we glued this the right way, because if I would have glued this in first, you would have never gotten this pipe in. So we had to glue the pipe into this into the short pipe, and then we took all these straps off down here, bowed the pipe up, and then glued it down into here. And then we put a 6-inch sleeve through here. This hole was done with my small hammer drill through a 10-inch hole. This took us about 6 hours of just having the hammer drill get hot and then cool down, but it's just one hole in the whole house, and so we went for it. So we were able to get it. Then we just extended this out. Once the drywall goes on there, I'm gonna probably have a piece of 3/4 plywood here too for the 2 panels right here. But so we brought that out so it'll still be sticking out about a 1/2 inch out of the wall. So that's where we got. Let me just go upstairs real quick because everything's pretty much isolated for the water test now. So like right here, we got a rubber cap there. Everything down there and like the tubs and all that stuff, that's all capped off. Then I'll just go up here. Oh, you know what? Let me, just so I don't have to come down here again. No editing in my videos. You're gonna get to come with me to turn my light off. All right. And then I'll just show what we did to, isolate it for the water test on all the other stuff. Okay. Real quick back here. On YouTube, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of videos that cover how to do your water test. So, right here, we have a test plug. Make sure you get the flanges. I screwed up on the one upstairs. Now, I didn't screw up, but I just used it, and it just ended up being a mess. as far as I know, they don't sell a plug that fits into a toilet flange opening. It's only for a 3-inch or a 4-inch pipe. So if you use the ones where the 4-inch pipe goes on the outside, you can't find a test plug. So what we ended up having to do is cut a 2-inch piece of 3-inch, glue it down inside of the flange, and then test plug it on the one upstairs. So my advice to anyone doing this, either get a toilet flange that the inside diameter is the same size as a 4-inch pipe, or just a 3-inch pipe. But that's it, 3 or 4. I'm not sure if you can go to a plumbing supply house and you can find a 3.5, which probably would work. But anyways, we just glued these on. They can be cut off later. And then when we go to do the test, we have 4 vents on the roof. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just rubber cap 3 of the lower ones, and the highest upstairs one is the one that we'll put the water in at. See, and then right here from the window, you can see there's the 4-inch main coming out. We just put a rubber cap on that. So this will all, and then if something leaks and we have to fix something and we screwed up, we can just pop that, drain the water off, and then try again. So then here, what do we got here? We've got just glued on a cap. I just got the cheapest caps you can get, really. It's just like a couple dollars for nice PVC. Once you get drywalled and this gets water tested, drain all the water out from that rubber cap outside, and then just cut this back whenever you're gonna glue on your adapter for your P-trap. Another plug, and these plugs work really good. I mean, you can just tell there's no water that's gonna come out of there no matter how much pressure you put on that. It's only gonna have the weight of the water, which I can't imagine will be that much. What else we got here? We have a cap here, and just a cap there. That isolates that system. Like I said, that one's eventually going to be the drain that goes through. We couldn't go through because of the beams and the joists and all that. And that pipe there is going to be the P-trap. Now here we go, got the kitchen sink now. Just exciting stuff, guys. Rubber cap. That's it. And then kind of the same thing here. We just have a glued cap. We just did some glue, some rubber, because Home Depot were out of the rubber ones, and then I realized, like, wait a minute, we can just cut these later. And then this one's a little tight to get in there, but it's just a 2-inch cap, and I can't even turn that right now with I just can't even turn it. It's super tight. That rubber crimps in there super tight. So it's real good. And what else we have here? Real quick. Just want to kind of go through the whole system. Plug, cap, and I did, whoops, I'm getting stuck between 2 studs. That's not good. Slow bend 90. I changed out all 3 of them. It's just better. And you can tell it sticks out of the wall a little bit further, but who cares? I just think that that's better. So whoever brought that to my attention on my last couple of videos, thank you so much for that. Cap. This is going to be an actual homemade shower pan, so we kind of knew where we wanted to put it. It's kind of basically in the center of the shower. Rubber cap. And plug, test plug. So what that does, it just basically makes it to where if I fill water in from way up there, this will all just fill with water. We'll be able to test this out. And anybody that wants to avoid this test, or maybe if you're working on a smaller project and you kind of want to just go into the radar, the way I look at it, it's not that. For a big house like this, it cost me like $180 for all the test stuff. Now, I'm not a plumber, so it's like a one-time thing for me. So in a way, that might be a little bit of waste of money. But it's nothing compared if I had to hire an actual crew of plumbers. This would have been so unaffordable. I mean, it took us like a month and a half. Probably would have taken them half the time, but with like 6, 7 guys. And, you know, it would have been just unaffordable. So that's why I'm doing it myself. But yeah, you fill it in from, not this one, but this one will get a rubber cap. But the one way upstairs will fill all of this in. And the whole system will completely be sealed from leaking. And my point was, if you're trying to get under the radar of not doing a water test, the way I see it is like, for that extra $180 and a little, like a half day of work of getting the water up there and a hose and all that, it's worth it to me to make sure that this stuff, especially up here on my 2nd floor, and all these pipes in the walls, you know, are just not leaking, and we know for sure, like all of this, like the, you know, I don't want to not do the water test, like I have to. This is a new build and it's required, but you know, like if you're just doing something a little shady on some smaller rehab stuff, even if you're not even going to get it inspected, it's not that hard to seal it up and do a water test. But anyways, that's it. We're going back to Pontiac to work on another vacancy, which is kind of weird. It doesn't bother me because I kind of almost need a break from the plumbing now. And then when we come back here, the first thing we're going to be working on is laying out the supply line. So anyways, that's what we got. This is Dave signing off.